I wanted to ask you, do you ever, because you wear, the hats of the producer, director, and actor, do you, as when you're directing, do you ever get the feeling that you're like, oh, I wish I was also acting in this one? And have you directed yourself before?
Yep.
Um, yeah, how do you manage like the itch of wanting to act when you're directing, if that happens, or if you're super comfortable just directing in certain?
So every time there was an opportunity for a character that I fit the mold of in the story, I put myself in there because first and foremost, I think of myself as an actor, and that's what I would want to do before any other position.
Mhm.
So I will always try to put myself in it if the story calls for it. I won't just like try to insert myself into something that I don't think needs me in it. But I have written different shorts where I wrote it where I was the lead character to act in it, and directed it and produced it as well. And actually, I've edited it, and that's a really interesting process in itself because when you're editing your own takes, you're like, actually, while I was editing, because of course there's like the narcissist in you that's like, that take doesn't, I don't look good in that take. But, you have to like take a step back. And like when I was editing for a couple different shorts that I was in, I found myself actually referring to myself on screen as she or her, because you literally have to step back and step out of it in order to like see the whole project and get out of your own head, and you start making decisions as a director, as an editor, that are not you, that necessarily you, the actor, would love for that specific moment. Like you just have to make different decisions based on the story that you're telling. But it's difficult when you're actually doing it on set and you're like, okay, hang on. I just like, I'll watch playback and I'll like try to give myself notes mentally, and then also give my partner notes in the scene for like how I need more of certain aspects, certain elements, and then we'll go again. So it's like you just feel like you're constantly like jumping from one hat to the other, and like, and I don't know, I think my performance honestly kind of suffers maybe a little bit as a result of it. Um, because I don't feel like I'm totally focused as like the actor present in the moment as much as I possibly could be.
I want to know exactly what projects you're working on, and I did
Okay,
want
before
to.
we move on, I need to hear about your short film.
Yes, I was gonna say. So basically, the short film. This is the interesting bit that I think.
And where can I watch it?
Oh yeah, it's on Vimeo. I'll send it to you. It's only three. It's 3 minutes 42 seconds,
That's awesome.
and
Quick
I
content.
just. Yeah, it was quick. It was short. And it's about a woman who loses her tampon inside of her, and then she tried to get her friend to help her, and the friend's like, "Ew," and then she does this little song to like get him to convince him, and then you'll have to see the short to see what happens after.
Wait, that's so funny.
Right, because like I love, I went to an all-girls school, I think, and like I have sisters, and like two sisters and my mom, so it's like I have a very like female, like heavy like
Yeah.
part of my life, and I love being able to. It's just like things like,
Dude, that literally kills me for so many reasons.
you know.
Partly because women will not even, so relatable. So relatable.
Exactly, it is like it's kind of, it's loosely based on a true story. So and then when I read the script to two friends of mine, they were like, oh my gosh, the same thing happened to me. And then they had even like funnier stories of, I have this friend who shall remain nameless, who like literally, she was in a hotel room, and then she had to like go into like she was with her family, and then so she was like, she needed to go downstairs to like there was a wedding happening downstairs, like it was like this whole thing. And so I love that, opening that experience, talking about like taboo subjects and women and women's sexuality, and also Yeah. So I try all my,
Amazing. I love that you did this. I need to see it. Like, I'm so excited.
it is quite quirky, but I'm very proud that it's kind of like that thing that you said. Like I can't believe it's a very humbling process to like say like this is just my idea. Like
Right.
you guys have, you know, your crew. They're so incredibly kind to like lend themselves to let your vision come to fruition. Like
Right. I
that's
know.
yeah. But I was very very happy that I was like I can't believe I'm actually doing it. So I can see that why it's like thrilling as well. And the reason is like so I did a short like rehearsal a few days before the shoot and
In Peru?
sorry.
Did did this all take place in Peru?
No, I was in London. I
Okay.
was in London, yeah. And so yeah, like my friend from drama school is actually going to be a girl, and then like I think the day before she was like, I can't do it, and so I was like, I called up like my guy friend who is amazing, super sweet. And he was like, yes, let's do it. And I was like, I love you. Thank you so much for signing up for such a weird project. And yeah, we did the rehearsal. And the first time that we rehearsed it, I
Mhm.
realized that I was looking at it not from an like I wasn't rehearsing as the actor. I was rehearsing as the director with him to see
Mm,
what he was doing.
mm,
And that
interesting.
shocked me because you know, like that's like
Yeah.
sort of quote unquote like what yeah, like the worst thing you can do as an actor is to not be in it, to be like observing what's happening.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think
But it's hard sometimes because like you've got that part of your brain and it's hard to just like turn it off when you're like, okay, but is the camera going to move the way that I want it to move? And you're thinking of the technical things of like where you want to be by the time the camera gets to a certain point and you're just like, okay,
trust.
I need to trust and just be present and like hope that everything that I did in planning and in pre that like it's just gonna fall into place.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I mean you definitely have way more experience in that. So I think maybe you'd have like a more like concrete idea of exactly what you're looking for. Like I had an idea of what I was looking for in every take, but at the same time I was super open to like having other people sort of just do their best and trusting that, you know, something perhaps even better or more creative than I could have imagined because there's somebody else's brain that comes into it and will like if they have sort of like a good attitude towards it, I think
I
something
was gonna say, and I don't going back to that because I just want to make sure that I'm clear that like I I love when people contribute their ideas on set and like
yeah.
that's how you get even better ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But like just the way in which you talk to your fellow crew members is so important and like making them feel like they're valued as well as valuing your own ideas and then like finding this like beautiful combination of maybe a ton of different little things from different people that everyone's kind of contributed and then you like have something even
Yeah.
I don't know even more stunning than you could have imagined yourself.
Yeah. No, that's
But
absolutely true.
yeah, but
I think yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm so excited that you did that film and it got into what festival was it?
It's called Topaz Film Festival. And so like I love it. I was like, this is exactly the target audience I was going for. You know, I received some comments saying like, why don't you change the name because the name is Tampon? And I was like, why don't you change the name to something more like wide audience? And I think if in a way if I had it, it would kind of like
Defeat the purpose of the whole thing.
yeah, it would kind of not appeal to I guess it's just like if it's called Tampon, like I think it just like it's way more.
It's so blunt and I think it's part of why it's like to me just hearing you talk about it sounds like it fits the tone of it just
Yeah,
because you want to be real, you want to be transparent and like funny and genuine over these women experience like these
yeah.
just experiences that so many women have that they don't talk about and yet as soon as they do it's like oh my god you can't get people to stop because everyone has just been like wait it's almost like people are waiting to like have these connections with people even though they're surrounded by like stigmas of like
Yeah.
gross or conversations you shouldn't be having.
And I think that's kind of like our are, well, at least like sort of like the way I see it, like my mission in a way to like be able to open up topics so that people can be validated and seen and see like, oh, like I can
That's
relate.
yeah. I think I love it.